Hey everyone, it's baze.djunkiii transmitting from Hamburg, Germany, back with a new video and back with a new episode of hashtag OSV, oddly shaped vinyl, because I found a thing once again in the collection of Sascha Müller I'm taking over, I want to talk about, and that's a thing I hadn't seen before in that shape. So yeah, oddly shaped vinyl, I've been doing one episode on that before, with the Hexagonal Records label, which was distributed by Wasp Distribution in the UK in the mid-90s, and interestingly this one also was distributed by Wasp, so I think they had a thing for that kind of shape vinyl things, maybe a special press or whatever. And what I'm talking about is Retrigger Breaking Point in Motion, a 1996 release, I guess, on the 8-Star label, which is, not only a record, but a weapon of sorts. So what we got here is not only a beautiful mid-90s take on computer graphics, which I really love. I would wear this as a t-shirt if that was available, because this reminds me of of course, the old school computer graphic techno things and stuff and videos, and here is the label. But the most astounding and interesting thing about this one is its quite spiky and spiky and dangerous nature. So you don't want to drop the needle on a wrong point here. So very spiky, spinny. You can throw that at people and do some serious damage, I guess. And yeah, the Wasp Distribution label, or the Wasp Distribution company back then, had also another label that was called Pentagon or Pentagonal or something like that. So like a 5-point shape, kind of a pentagon, of course, and the hexagonal was with 6 corners, and this is where I guess they couldn't fit 8 evenly shaped lines on a vinyl without exceeding the 12-inch size. So they put this in here, and I wonder how they did this. I presume this is a original 12-inch shape with a lot of spare material around, and then they cut this with some with a form or something like that. I don't know if you can see that, but the edges seem to be cut and probably molten to some degree. Well, I will put this close to the lens, but there is some kind of weird rim going on with that. And this is definitely an interesting shape. Saw blade vinyl we've seen before, in many forms, but this, I guess, is rare. And the 8-Star label had quite a few releases. The test pressing of this actually was a proper 12-inch, a white label 12-inch, but I will have a look at how many releases the label had. The Retrigger thing is the formation are 2 guys, a duo which had 3 releases in total. This was the first, and the 8-Star Records label, I'm on Discogs here, only had 2 releases. I am kind of puzzled. I thought this would be more. So yeah, probably because it was too expensive. And what this is musically, the A side is I guess a little bit of run-of-the-mill mid-90s UK tech house with a bit of tech trance elements. The drums are a little bit hollow, a little bit muffled, which is weird, but there are some beautiful tech trance, early trance pads and harmonies in there that pop up from somewhere every now and then, which is interesting. But definitely the info side, I guess this is In Motion, is more or is the most interesting one, because it's a little bit more agitated, very similar to the A side. So I guess those tracks have been produced in the same like studio session, or probably coming from the same foundation of beats and stuff, and then evolved into different different directions. But this the B side is more like agitated, as I said, like a little bit of a growling bass, some kind of acid like beeps and bleeps which build up to a climax, or like a climactic suspense, and then in the end we have some like acid elements that are spiraling off and stuff. So the B side definitely is more of a dance floor, or like peak time dance floor thing. And what I discover right now is look at this piece of the record here. I hope this works, which is not exactly round. Like, so something has been off a little, so a little bit of an irregular shape. So probably hand cut by saw or something like that as well. I don't know how they exactly did this, but quite an interesting find. This the vinyl is very lightweight, probably due to the fact that they had to cut it like in the end or after the manufacturing process, but this makes it also prone to like being warped more easily. And like using this in a proper club environment, like when it's dark, when everything's like records are flying around and stuff, probably not that easy. Usually it comes just in that very flimsy plastics thing, which it has been sitting in for ages in Sasha's collection, but I decided to put more of a protective thing around, because those spikes tend to poke through and stuff, and then when you are in a club environment, well, things get damaged even easier, because as a DJ and you are mixing vinyl, you are usually not that careful and like considerate about like where to or how to put the records back in the sleeve, because they are tools and meant to be used and abused. So that is what happens there, and to avoid a little bit of damage or further damage, I decided to put that thing around here, because it's better. And even on Discogs there is a dimension of the record mentioned, and it's a little under 12 inch, I guess it's like 11.96 inches or something like that, so very close to the classic LP format, but a little bit cut off for reasons of manufacturing, I guess. So that's it, another oddly shaped vinyl rambly video, the last for this weekend, I guess. More to come. And well, good news have it, I sold another record on Discogs, which I really appreciated, which is going to Berlin tomorrow. So, and also I'm very involved, or getting more involved under the quality electronic music thing in the Discogs forum culture. So for those collectors of you who are also like selling, who of you guys is involved in Discogs forums, let me know. So BazeJunkiii out for now. See you in the next one.